we've lost an icon, as the world surely knows by now, unless you're living under a rock. John Ozzy Osbourne died about a week ago as of recording this, age 76. Died from Parkinson's disease. He's been suffering from that for a number of years now. And a mere 2 weeks after his triumphant concert in Birmingham at the Villa Park, where, of course, again, unless you've been living under a rock, featured tons and tons of heavy metal and hard rock bands, all paying tribute to the mighty Black Sabbath, Ozzy's band, and of course the man himself, Ozzy Osbourne. Hi guys, it's Rob from Sound of Music here. It's been a while since I've done a video, and I could not acknowledge Ozzy Osbourne's passing. It's rare for me in general to have like a visceral emotional reaction when somebody, well, first of all, certainly somebody I've never met in my life, but somebody who is a celebrity passes away. That's always a weird thing sometimes for me. Like, no offense to the people who die, but it's just when you don't know somebody and you know they're this famous person and people get really upset. Like, of course it's upsetting when anyone dies, but it's rare to feel a personal connection. That's only happened a few times with me. It happened when Ronnie James Dio passed away. It happened when Neil Peart passed away, and a few other musicians. The only non-musician I think it's ever happened to me was Robin Williams, because he was just such a lovable, huge part of my childhood. But I digress. With Ozzy, this is one that's been a really, really tough pill to swallow for some reason. And I think for a lot of people, Ozzy kind of transcended, well, many, many things, but he transcended heavy metal, hard rock, music in general. He became a pop culture icon. And to see him performing at that last show with his mates in Black Sabbath and doing his solo songs and having all of these people come out who loved him, both performers who performed with him or for him in tribute to him, and to see him perform, and all this love everybody has towards him as just like this beloved figure, and then to see him at that triumphant concert, that beautiful moment, and then 2 weeks later he's gone. It's a shock. I think everybody's really struggling with it, myself included, and it's beautiful. It's like I don't think any musician, certainly, but I can't think of anybody even off the top of my head that has had such a farewell. I think somebody said that Ozzy played his own funeral, which is kind of fitting, I suppose. And the fact that we got to see the original Black Sabbath, the four members, Ozzy, Geezer, Tony, and Bill Ward, all together after at least the four of them, 20 years, was amazing, and to see them play those songs was wonderful. And Ozzy, despite his health issues and not even being able to stand up, did an amazing job. So, in tribute to the great Ozzy, and in tribute to Black Sabbath, that great band that I love, they've become, over the years, one of my absolute favorite bands. Let's talk about Sabbath today, because I've yet to go in depth into Black Sabbath, and they're just great. So I'm gonna do, as the title suggests, a top 10 Black Sabbath songs, and I figured last minute, what the hell, I'm also gonna rank the albums, because why not? So the ranking the albums portion we'll do real quick, just as a quick flyby, and then we'll get into the songs, because that's going to be the lengthier part of this video. So without further ado, here are the Black Sabbath albums ranked, and I'm only doing the Ozzy albums, by the way, and Ozzy songs. I should clarify that. I love Ronnie James Dio. I've really grown to like Tony Martin stuff, as well as the little bibs and bobs between Born Again, I know, Seventh Star, blah blah blah. But we're focusing only on the Ozzy material. Okay, so in terms of the Ozzy albums, here's my ranking from best to worst. From worst to best. Oh, and I should also say that none of these albums, even the one on the bottom, are bad. and the lowest I'd give like an 8 out of 10. Everything else is like 9 out of 10 or above. So basically, the first 6 albums are 10 out of 10 in my book, but I digress. So coming in at the bottom is Never Say Die, which is a fantastic album. I really like it, but it's not as strong as their other albums, honestly. Then it's 13, which is the newest album by the Ozzy era Black Sabbath. Its big Achilles heel, in my opinion, is that Bill Ward is not on the album, so it's not a true Black Sabbath album, but it's really good. It's solid. I was listening to it today, actually, and I really enjoyed it. So 13, I think, is a really solid album. Is it one of their greatest? No, but it was a cool reunion album. Next is Technical Ecstasy. I think this album gets a little more flack than it deserves. It's a really great album, solid material. I think the band's playing really well at like kind of the height of their powers, but it was a different direction for them, and that rubs some people the wrong way. But I love Technical Ecstasy. Now let's get to the meat on the bone. Next is Volume 4. This might be a little low for some people. Now, I'm going to say this is a 10 out of 10 album for me. But Volume 4 did take a little longer for me than the other albums on this list, like the rest of this list. I don't know why that is. It's not as cohesive, I feel like, as their other albums. It's a bit more, not that any of the songs are bad. I like it all. I don't know if it's the sequencing or what, but I struggled to get into this album. That said, I mean, it's got Snowblind, it's got Supernaut, it's got Changes, The Mighty Changes, it's got Under the Sun. I mean, it's got some amazing tracks on there, and I absolutely love Volume 4. But it's if I had to place one of the first 6 at the bottom, it would be Volume 4 by a hair. The next is the debut album, Black Sabbath, the mighty Black Sabbath. One of the very first full Black Sabbath albums I heard. Dark. Invented a genre, bluesy, amazing. Gets a bit jammy at the end, which I like, and Black Sabbath didn't really do very much of in their later albums from here. But it's a really great debut album, and I think obviously it paved the way for everything else that came after it. So it has to have its due, the debut album. Next is the mighty Paranoid. Now, Paranoid would probably be at the very top of this list. If it wasn't for, of course, the big 3 songs, I don't even probably have to name them, that you hear all the time. I still love those 3 songs, by the way. I will never turn them off, but I will say classic rock radio has played those 3 songs to death. War Pigs is still amazing, and even Paranoid I still really love. Iron Man, I've probably a little of those 3 songs I've heard probably too much of, but I still love Iron Man too. And then, I mean, the deep tracks, Electric Funeral, Fairies Wear Boots, Hand of Doom, and the amazing spacey Planet Caravan. This is a perfect album from top to bottom, and I love it. It's just been this would probably be like number 1 or 2 if it wasn't that a few of the songs have just been a little overplayed. Next is Sabotage, the mighty Sabotage. This might be their heaviest album. Dark, like the riffs, the Ozzy's vocals, he's at the top of his game here and on another album, which I'll be talking about soon. Just amazing stuff. The Writ, Symptom of the Universe, Hole in the Sky, Thrill of It All. Fantastic album, back to front. And Bill Ward's pants or his wife's pants and Ozzy and whatever this is supposed to be, a kimono or his wife's dress or something. I have no idea, but yeah, amazing. Number 2, Master of Reality. This album is just a perfect album. Again, when you got Sweet Leaf, After Forever, you got Children of the Grave, Into the Void, Lord of this World, and the like Orchid and Solitude, those lighter pieces interweaved in between the heavy stuff, it's just amazing. And more on some of these tracks in a minute. And finally, my number 1 favorite Black Sabbath album, Sabbath Bloody Sabbath. This is where I think you could almost call their progressive album, because it gets like they really I think like just exploded musically here. It's just like some of the songs, like the changes they do, There's a little bit more, they splash a little more keyboards in it. It's like Ozzy's vocals are at top form on this album, especially on the title track. And I mean, again, the title track, Sabracadabra, Fluff, like the whole album is just, it flows so well, and I just love it. So that's my ranking of the Black Sabbath albums. So at the bottom is Never Say Die, then 13, Technical Ecstasy, Volume 4, Black Sabbath, Paranoid, Sabotage, Master Reality, Sabbath Bloody Sabbath. Listen to them all because they're all masterpieces. Now we're going to get to the top 10 songs, and I'm just going to do a few honorable mentions very quickly, and then we'll move on. So some honorable mention songs, like, how do you choose? They have such an amazing catalog of music, and this was pretty hard to do, but anyway, here's some songs that just barely missed the list. So NIB from the first album, oh yeah, like it's just an amazing riff on that song. Ozzy's vocals are killer, just cuts right through it, and the little intro by bass intro with Geezer Butler, amazing, love that song. Electric Funeral from Paranoid, I love this track, just the whole thing, like, just from start to finish. Like, it's just an amazing track, and like the riff, everything, when it gets kind of crazy, it's like Electric Funeral, it's like totally fucking metal. I just love that track. Hole in the Sky, one of the best opening tracks of any Black Sabbath album. Of course, the opening track to Sabotage, like that heavy riff in the beginning, and Ozzy's vocals, he's just like shouting at the top of his register, and it's amazing. It's just like, it's one of their heaviest songs, and I just absolutely love it. Like, what a banger opening track. That one just barely didn't make the list. I had to put a couple other things in here. I mentioned this before, Solitude from Master Reality, a really cool, like, mellow piece. I think there's a little flute in it. Just Ozzy, like, the vocals are so different, especially for Ozzy, and it's just got this mellow sort of thing, and it comes right between Lord of this World and Into the Void, so it's like this cool little, just quieter piece before you get to the like that amazing riff for Into the Void. So it's a great little interlude piece, and I just really love it. I'll talk about two more songs from Sabotage and two songs from Volume 4. The two from Sabotage are Megalomania and The Writ, which are both just such epic, dark tunes. The Writ is just so... It's one of my favorite album closers of theirs. It's got that, like, dark, doomy thing. Same with Megalomania and Ozzy's vocals. Just like that part where it's like obsessed, like, it just... He does that, like, really cool, creepy thing that Ozzy is just, like, the best at. And it's killer riffs again, and the whole album is just phenomenal. And then the two tracks off of Volume 4, these might be a little obvious, but Snowblind and Supernaut, which, they basically are run together on the album, and both amazing. The riffs, the vocals. When I saw Sabbath in 2016, I think it was actually on my birthday. This is where this tour shirt's from. When I saw them, they did Snowblind, and it was definitely a big highlight of the whole concert. It was really great. And yeah, gotta love a song about cocaine. So those are my honorable mentions. Any of those could have made the top 10 on another day. I mean, it's with Sabbath, I find, like, especially these, the first several albums, it's like they're interchangeable in terms of like which one I like most at the time, what songs I'm into, and it was such a crazy creative period for the band, and I would have really liked to have seen what would have happened if they could have kept that momentum going. But of course, obviously they kind of dipped around Never Say Die, and then Ozzy was out. But yeah, it was just a wealth of amazing stuff on these albums. So let's get to the top 10 songs. So number 10 is a little track off Paranoid, and it's Planet Caravan. This song is so not typical Sabbath, but it is. Sabbath, the thing that people never talk about with Black Sabbath, for some reason, I don't know why this is like, and I think it's just because they left such an indelible mark on heavy metal. They created the genre, and they influenced so many bands just with Tony Iommi's guitar playing alone, and Ozzy's vocals and everything. But nobody talks about the lighter side of Sabbath, which I think is equally as important. And it kind of contrasts this heavy, like these albums full of heavy songs, and you get these little interludes of just like acoustic guitar or some kind of little psychedelic-y thing, or even in this case a song. Planet Caravan has this like very trippy psychedelic. You could tell they came out of that like late 60s blues psychedelic thing, and Ozzy's vocals are so unique on this song. I don't think he ever really sang like this at any other time in his career, which, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, anybody. I don't know his entire library of music, 100% completely, but as far as I know, there's not ever been a song like Planet Caravan that Ozzy has done or Sabbath has done. And it's just a trippy, cool song, really great to listen to with headphones if you got a little help, if you know what I mean. And it's just a beautiful track. I really love Planet Caravan, and it kind of breaks down in the middle of in the beginning part of Paranoid. It again, you start with like War Pigs and Paranoid, and then you get into Planet Caravan, and it's like, oh yeah, it's taking it down a notch, but it fits for some reason. It just fits really well, and I think it's a great track, and I really love it. Number 9 is Changes from Volume 4, which I think is just one of the most beautiful ballads of the Sabbath or Ozzy catalog. I mean, to have basically just piano and Ozzy singing is so different for Sabbath, but I like that about Sabbath. I like that they didn't, yes, they, like Tony Iommi was the riff master. They were the gods of heavy metal, but they weren't afraid to get a little experimental and just try different things. And so they, with Changes, it's a ballady song, which is essentially just piano and strings behind it, and it's beautiful. I think some of Ozzy's best vocals. The lyrics are wonderful and poignant, I think. And man, when that guy Youngblood sang it at the Back to the Beginning show, he just like he really captured the raw, I feel like, emotion that you get from that song. Although nobody will ever sing it like Ozzy sang it. I mean, he just the way he sings it, it just, you can tell he puts his heart into it, and it's a wonderful track. I love Changes. I know it's one of their biggest songs, but it's still, to me, like, it still gets me right here. It's a very, I also love Mama, I'm Coming Home. I'm a sucker for the ballads. I do, if it's a classic like ballad really well done, then it's going to be one of my favorites, and Changes most certainly is. Number 8 is Hand of Doom from Paranoid. Do 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 do. I should grab my bass and play this. Doom 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 do do do. I mean, that is one of the coolest bass lines like ever. Geezer Butler is a master. I love Geezer Butler. He's one of the best bass players I think ever. He's up there with Geddy Lee, John Entwistle, like any great rock bass player. Geezer's right up there. And then when it gets into the riff and Ozzy's vocals comes in, it's like, push the needle in, bam, down. It's great. Then he breaks back down again. Like I said, the contrast between sort of the light and the dark, it goes back down again. It gets kind of mellow. It's a really great track. I would say probably, do I have anything else on here? Let me just verify that. Yeah, it's probably my favorite track off of Paranoid. It's such a great track, and such an awesome bass riff. I love it. Number 7 is the final track off of the great mighty Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath, and it's Spiral Architect. I love this song. At one time I could have told you this would have been more like a top 5. It's sitting at 7, so that's fine. But it could easily climb up this list, whatever. But what a cool, like, progressive, like epic song for them. It's probably their like proggiest song, I would say. It's got such a cool, again, really cool riffage. Ozzy's vocals are phenomenal. You know, got some keyboards and stuff in there. It's just such an epic track, and the lyrics are so weird and thought provoking. I don't know. You could put this. This was the closest that Sabbath got to prog rock, in my opinion. It just had that epic feel to it, that atmosphere, and I love Spiral Architect. What an amazing track. One of the best I had mentioned the Writ. It's between like the Writ and this song. Although I probably give it this song as far as like best closing track on a Sabbath album, but just amazing. Oh, and also Falling Off the Edge of the World off of the Mob Rules. Even though if we're talking the general Sabbath, that's an amazing song too as far as a closer. But yeah, Spiral Architect is just like, whew, what a great song. I realize I skipped a track, so I'm gonna have to insert this in here somewhere. So hopefully this wasn't a weird edit. But yeah, number 6 is from the Master of Reality album, and it is the mighty Children of the Grave. This song has everything. This song is, again, dun 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 dun. I love what Geezer and Tony are doing kind of together on that track. Like the bass kind of goes with the guitar on that track. Dun 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 bam bam, and then Bill Ward. Oh my God, I haven't talked enough about Bill Ward, but his drumming on this song is so good. I love the sound he's getting out of his kit. I love just like what he's doing. Just like rhythmically, it's amazing. And then like this song, like the riffs in it, like in the breakdown where it goes bam 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 down 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 bam bam. It's like Tony Iommi is just the riff master, dude. I absolutely love Children of the Grave. It's a song I cannot get enough of. They played it when I saw Sabbath live, and I just went nuts because it's just such a killer track, so catchy, has the riff, the bass and the drums, like the rhythms section in the song is amazing. The vocals are phenomenal. The tone, it's smack dab in the middle of Master Reality, so it's just like keeps you going on that album, you know. And it's a wonderful track. I absolutely love Children of the Grave. Number 5, we're getting in the top 5 now. Okay, so this is like the cream of the crop as far as I'm concerned. So for me, number 5 comes from the first album, and it's down. I mean, there's something about hearing that riff for the first time. I remember the first time I heard that song, it was listening to this album, and it was with my friends, and we had a little help, you know. And I remember, you know, you hear the rain, you hear the bells, and you're like, what's going on? And then it goes into the bow wow wow, and it's just so dark. It's like the lyrics, it's like about seeing Satan and being terrified and all this stuff. And it's the song that birthed heavy metal, in my opinion. Like everything that came after that song, you know, was heavy metal. Did heavy metal exist before that? I don't think so. I think there were bands. I think there were songs like 21st Century Schizoid Man, or you know, some of what Hendrix was doing, or Blue Cheer. I think there was stuff before this song that were leading up to heavy metal. That track on the first Sabbath album, that was the birth of heavy metal. And it had everything. It has the riff. It has Ozzy's like dark, creepy vocals, that gothic imagery, you know, the satanic imagery, that kind of thing. And it's just a fucking badass song. I don't know what else to say. I mean, I absolutely love Black Sabbath, and it still spooks me out to this day. It still will send a chill up my spine especially if I listen to it in the dark by myself. Ooh, spooky. Number 4 is another track off of Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath, and it's Sabracadabra. Now this, I don't know if this is a weird choice for some people, but man, I love this song. That riff, like amazing. It's got a cool like up tempo sort of thing, And it's the lyrics are actually pretty simple. It's just kind of like a love song, really, like if you break it down. But what's going on musically so interesting. I love that Rick Wakeman from Yes plays on this and does the keyboards. He does some really cool shit on the keyboards. Would have loved to hear him do more with them because he's just a phenomenal keyboard player. And then again, Ozzy's vocals. He's got in that higher register. It's just a catchy tune. It's heavy. It's kind of proggy. It's like the riff is amazing. It's just a phenomenal song. And I would even like kind of throw Fluff in with it because Fluff is such a short little like piece, and it's gorgeous piece. But I like how Fluff goes into Sabracadabra, and it's like one of my favorite parts of the whole album. So I absolutely love Sabracadabra. What a great song. Okay, now we're getting the top three. Number 3 is from Sabotage, and it's the mighty Symptom of the Universe. I adore this song, and it's got everything. It starts out with that amazing riff, you know, dun 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 dun. Again, Ozzy's like in top form vocally, and I love the lyrics. They're kind of like sort of trippy and spacey, and there's an amazing guitar solo, all that. And then what happens, it breaks down and it becomes this like acoustic piece. And it's like, I remember the first time I heard that, I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like I just didn't expect that change. Like it just suddenly changes to this other song. It becomes like an acoustic number. But Ozzy's still singing up in that high register like he's singing over a metal song, and it's fucking amazing. And the stuff Tony Iommi's doing there on the guitar is like just beautiful. Like what he's underrated, like really underrated with like doing like acoustic stuff. He like really awesome song, and I just adore it. I love Symptom of the Universe. Amazing. Okay, we're down to the top 2. Okay. So this was really hard to do the top 2. It was kind of between these songs, but I think number 1 is the clear winner, but number 2 is not far behind. Number 2 is Into the Void from Master Reality. Like, oh, that is like probably my favorite riff of all time. Just the way, like the heaviness of that, the tone, like Tony Iommi's tone is amazing. The dark thing, and then rhythmically like what's going on, and I love the vocal melody, rocket engine burning fuel so fast, and like Ozzy's vocals so good, and it's an epic track. The lyrics are about, like, from what I can tell, just like going on a space voyage or like shooting out into space. I don't know, it's got that like sci-fi feel to it, but it's dark. It's really cool. It's like such a great song. And it like again, what a freaking album closer. And I'm an idiot because I said before that Spiral Architect's the best album closer. No, it's Into the Void by a long shot. So yeah, again, epic track, amazing riffs, and I just absolutely love. Again, another song they played at the concert when I saw them, and I just went nuts, and I couldn't keep my eyes off of Tony during that song because he was just ripping it up. And you know, it's Tony friggin' Iommi, come on. And my number 1 track, can you guess what it is? Huh? Can you guess what it is? It's Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath. I mean, come on, this song, man. This song, it's got like 3 different riffs that rip. It's so good. It's epic. It's like Ozzy's vocals. Like, I love the breakdown, you know, when it kind of gets a little softer. Oh my god, it's like again, Bill Ward, you know, and then it goes into that acoustic thing. I just love that part, you know. They just tell you that you're on your own. Like, oh, just Ozzy's vocals are beautiful on the song. And then the very, very best part of the song is when it turns on a dime and then it goes into that really heavy, the dun 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 dun, like another amazing, like he follows up an amazing riff with another amazing riff. And then Ozzy's like basically screaming the vocals, and I love the part where he's just like, Sabbath, bloody Sabbath, you know, just like belting it out from the top of his lungs. Just such an amazing song, and it's a killer opening track. It's probably between this and like, I mean, I guess now I'm thinking about Sabbath just got killer opening tracks. This, the song Black Sabbath, Hole in the Sky, you know. I mean, Sweet Leaf. I like Sweet Leaf, but it's probably weaker in terms of an opening track. But yeah, I don't know. This is just like Black Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath is a masterpiece of an album, and that alone, just the song Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath is a masterpiece on its own. So yeah, for my money, the very best song is Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath. Like, I don't know how it has everything. It's got the heaviness, it's got a touch of the lighter part going on. It's got like riffs all day within the song, like just amazing riffage in the song. Geezer and Tony and Bill just sound amazing. Ozzy sounds amazing. He might sound better vocally on this song than almost any other song. And this was just Sabbath at their peak. They were at the height of their powers. They were just killing it. And Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath, what an album. So there you go, guys. That's my top 10 Sabbath songs. That's some honorable mentions in there as well. And I even quickly ranked the albums for you. So I dedicate this video to the great Ozzy Osbourne. Rest in peace. I will continue to listen to Sabbath and Ozzy's solo career nonstop, as I have been doing since basically the Villa Park show. And then he dies, and then I'm like, okay, I'm listening to even more Sabbath and Ozzy. So we'll continue. I will continue to honor the man, honestly, the legacy of one of the greatest bands of all time. And to all you other folks out there who are undying, loyal, adoring Sabbath and Ozzy fans, let's mourn together and remember the Prince of Darkness. Rest in peace, Ozzy. We love you, man. Nobody